PSA announces something new. Fewer seats. In fact, only PSA is tough enough to give you 5 seats across instead of 6. So you get a seat that's wider and more comfortable on every PSA flight. So when another airline has a seat available, it may be one PSA isn't using anymore. PSA, more comfort, more flights, more airline.
In fact, for the Chargers, happiness is a victory, and a victory in the AFC West is heaven on earth. The Chargers beat a team in their division for the first time since December of 1983. At that time, they beat Kansas City at the stadium, and that's exactly what they did today. This time, 31-20. The Chargers came alive in the second half. They made big plays at both ends. Al Janis has a report.
A strange sound was heard here at the stadium today. For the first time in a long time, the crowd was chanting defense. And a defense that had been giving up a ton of points in the second half gave up only 3 to the Chiefs, and the Chargers snap an 11-game losing streak in the AFC West. The Chiefs had been ripping off big chunks of yardage in the first quarter, but they only got 3 points out of it as the Charger defenders began settling in.
In the first part of the game, a lot of teams are going to move the ball because you got to adjust to what they're doing. You got to get the feel of the game. At the end, we started adjusting what they were trying to do, started looking at our defense and what stunts to run to beat them, and so it came together.
It took the Charger offense a little longer to get going. 2 of the first 3 times they made it into Chiefs territory, Mark Herrmann lost it on fumbles. And after the second one, the Chiefs score. They go on 4th down from the 1. Bill Kennedy, Ethan Horton, who falls down making the catch, lunges and gets the nose of the ball into the end zone. Now, the officials didn't seem to know what to call. And when they replayed it on the big stadium screen, the Chargers and the crowd went nuts since Horton's knees were down before his lunge. But it was 10-0 Kansas City. Well, that seemed to fire up the Charger offense because they went right back the other way. Herrmann to Charlie Joyner, who carried Darren Cherry on his back the last few yards. After you cross the goal line, doesn't matter if you fumble. Now, the Chiefs got their 10-point lead back again when Carlos Carson got wide open over the middle to make it 17-7. But the Chargers slugged right back. Here comes Gary Anderson's first NFL touchdown, the longest 6 yards he will ever run. And we'll have a 17-17 tie at the half.
I think that the whole team was over there. When I reversed field and I took up to the right, and they were still coming to the left at the time, and I knew I had it.
Early third quarter, the defense clearly breaks the ball free from Herman Hurd, but the same official that was unsure about the other call completely misses this one. Now, the refs got to start using instant replay, especially when they show it to everybody else in the stadium. But it didn't make any difference because Herman really had it in gear now. He winds up 26 for 36 for 320 yards, and here's his second TD, this one to Eric Sievers. Chargers take the lead for good early fourth quarter at 24-20, final 31-20.
You know, it's going to get the monkeys off our back. We're in the thick of the race now, and we're going to give it a shot the rest of the way.
And the defense seals it. Rookie Wayne Davis gets the monkey off his back.
Any rookie looks forward to having his first interception, and, you know, it's been a long time, the 6th game and everything, and I was saying, oh, Wayne, you got to do something, get an interception, and today it happened.
It took some of the players a little longer to get to the showers, but they sure didn't seem to mind talking about this one. From the stadium, Al Janis for Sports Wrap.
Listen up, you cheeseburgers. From now on, you're on the buddy system. You're Jack in the Box double cheeseburgers. And you're not kidding when it comes to taste. I want you out there together, doubling up. So you're twice as beefy, twice as juicy, twice as cheesy. And now you're only $1.19. Looking good. You're not just a cheeseburger anymore. You're 2 beef patties and 2 slices of cheese on a bakery fresh bun. So let's come off that grill proud. And let's come off that grill for only $1.19.
Canadians who think Kansas City is in Kansas, which it is, but not this Kansas City. Quisenberry. He's been beaten twice, both times by Al Oliver. Those folks watching back in Kansas City, Missouri, feel no overconfidence. They know that for want of 3 outs, 2 games have slipped away already in this series. Ball 1 to Barfield. They led by a run going to the bottom of the 10th in game 2 and didn't come out with a victory. They led 1-0 going to the top of the 9th in game 4 and lost 3-1. Both times with Quisenberry on the mound at the end. 2-1 pitch. They're still learning, though. End of the 12 games between these 2 teams where 2 runs or less, some extra. Now Barfield steps out. Black had made him wait too long. Struck him out. Brett was charging in case Fernandez bunted. Ball 1. If Black can get him through this inning, Hauser, who had everybody down in the bullpen, will have had to use only 2 pitchers in this game. The scope of their flight pattern, isn't it? These are seagulls, folks. A little bouncer. Balboni to his right. Black is slow to cover. Black didn't get over there in time. And Fernandez is safe.
Thing.
Strike 1 to Garcia, who hit 8 home runs during the regular season. He's 1 for 2. Doubled, flied out, walked twice. And Black is quickly ahead of him 0-2.
This is what Damaso Garcia said coming out of spring training he was going to try and do in certain situations.
Bounce slowly. Do they have time to turn it? No, they don't even throw. And Fernandez got down there in a hurry trying to bother Bianca.
Might not have come to the plate if Black had gotten over in time. Does now. And look at that score.
The Blue Jays played 161 regular season games. They didn't have to play a strike makeup game. The Blue Jays are now playing their 167th game. The Royals are playing their 168th. And if Kansas City gets 1 more out, a season that, if you consider exhibition games in the spring, encompasses some 200 games, will have come down to 1 to decide supremacy in the American League and a berth opposite either the Dodgers or the Cardinals in the World Series.
They're not even holding Garcia on. They're guarding the line. They want to prevent the double again. Garcia's run means nothing. They said, if you want to go, steal it. Balboni behind him. Oh, and he had a pitch he could have.
2-1.
Once again, they're deep in that outfield.
Base hit. The tying run is on. Garcia stops at second. 1 strike away from a 7th game.
Things over. They're going to feel like they've been through the wars, Hauser and Cox.
Got him. The quiz comes through, and there will be a final game. So in the first year that the League Championship Series format becomes a best-of-7, there is a 7th game. Cox with his pitching coach, Al Widmar. They'll have their best tomorrow, as will Kansas City. Steve against Saberhagen. Brett with a smile. He homered tonight.